Rise and shine, everybody. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Rise and shine, family. Give me lift your phone. Rise and shine, beautiful souls. Rise and shine. Welcome back home, family. For those of you that were here yesterday, what were we supposed to meditate on, family? Rise Trina, Rise Sandra, Rise Jan Gray, Peace Rochelle, Renee High, Peace Kim Possible. What were we supposed to meditate on, family? Those of you who were here yesterday. Rise Latasha, Anthony Jackson. Now, my father's name is Anthony Jackson. Good name. Mary Ray, good rise. Rise Marco. Rise telling you. Who can tell me, family, what we were supposed to meditate on yesterday into today? Peace, Garth. What you need. What's up with you? I see that badge. If you don't have that badge, family, you better go ahead and subscribe, because Monday, these will be exclusively for subscribers, okay? What were we supposed to meditate on from yesterday into today, family? Peace, sis. I see you. I love you too. Peace, Roxanne. Peace, Cherry. We're talking about rising to our inner queen or king, manifesting our greatest self, and your dreams automatically come true. I promise you. The things that's in your dream world, the things that you want to happen in your reality, they're only waiting on you to manifest your greatest self. There is no way. It's impossible for you to manifest your greatest self and not have all those things that you dream of, family. Thank you so much, Patricia, for the stars. Thank you, sis. Supreme rising to you, Daria. Peace, Rashad. Thank you so much, Roger, for the stars. Lucy, thank you. Rashad, again, thank you for the stars. Come on, family, tell me. I'm wearing the Rise shirt. You see that purple ribbon? That is for stomach cancer. Y'all can go to www.BeTheEvolution and support our awakening, or, you know, what do you call it? You are representing something. It's on the tip of my tongue. Awareness. Our stomach cancer awareness, family. A lot of people are not familiar with it, and what you go through and how to find that if you are susceptible to it. So we chose to take this on. It's something that I'm going through. So I said, why not represent that and try to enlighten people as into what it's about. People have been letting me know all kind of stuff that's been helping my life out since I've been making my journey public. My brother was making his journey public, and so I did the same, and now people are just reaching out to me from all over and giving me useful advice, and I want to do the same thing for you guys. Thank you so much, Tina, for the stars. Thank you so much, Alan, for the stars. So go get that, family. You will subscribe by hitting that, I think it's a green button right at the bottom of your screen, family, right beside the emoji. Okay? We're going to get you there, family. We're going to get you there. But I want to get right into this topic, okay? Journey to your inner kingdom, family. Manifesting your greatest self. Rising to royalty. Okay? We talked about yesterday, what we're going to meditate on was a king treats his kingdom like his own child. Okay? A king or queen treats their kingdom like their own child. This is where we left off yesterday. I wanted you guys to meditate on that idea or that thought, okay? And we're going to talk about today, how does a king or queen treat their child, raise their child? How do they do that, okay? Family, I learn what I'm teaching you guys from the universe, or from nature, if you will. Metu Neter, Mother Nature. Okay, I watch her, I study her, and she reveals so many things to me. And what I learned when I study from Mother Nature, here I'm messing it up, Metu Neter, or Mother Nature, is that animals start early in life raising their child, and they do this by pouring into themselves, family. Okay, so it starts with you manifesting your greatest self, because your child comes from you. You understand? I'm gonna pin that, Jamie. Thank you. Thank you for the stars. So family, your child starts off in you, correct? As a king, you know it starts with you, king. As a queen, you know it ends with you, queen, right? So as a king, okay, look at nature now. Animals are constantly challenging themselves to become as strong as they can for mating season. For when it's time to reproduce, they can generate the strongest version of themselves and meet the person who's worthy of them. And they'll compete even till death to be able to have this opportunity, right? Well, so we don't technically have to do that anymore. We're not fighting for that, but we should be. Not necessarily like fisticuffs fighting, but I mean consistently making yourself greater, challenging yourself, fighting to be a better person, a better individual, biologically, mentally, spiritually. You understand, family? Mind, body, soul. Because it starts with you. So as a king, you know your sperm cells are inside of you. You know your sperm cells are based on the health of your sperm cells. They're based on what you put in your body, right? How you treat your body. If you have a workout regimen, if you have a diet plan, your type of diet, the things you put in your body is going to change your DNA and affect your sperm cells, right? We know this. So we know it starts with us. And I can go forever about physical diet, family. But I want you guys to understand there are people who can teach you all about physical diet. But I want to talk about diet as in the things that you allow into your environment, the things you allow into your soul, your mind. Okay, not just food. So food is one part of it, family. Somebody type in diet. Diet. Okay? What you take into your environment, family, what you allow into your realm, into your kingdom, this affects your DNA, family. Okay? So a true king or queen treats their kingdom like their own child. Okay? So you're going to separate yourself from things that affect your body negatively, that affect your mind negatively. Thank you so much, Kimberly Michelle. I see that badge too. Thank you. Right? So you're going to remove yourself. Thank you, Donna. Thank you so much, Deandra Necia. Thank you guys so much. So Latasha, thank you. So you're gonna have a diet. What is a diet, family? Somebody tell me what a diet is. Thank you, Rochelle. Thank you, Latasha. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lawrence. What is a diet, family? Somebody tell me what a diet is. I'll give you a shout out. I want you guys to be more involved in this today. You know, I could take it and run with it. Good morning. Good rise to you, Trisha. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Daria. Vincent, thank you. What is a diet, family? Thank you, Deshay. I told you guys yesterday, you could never be a master teacher till you are a master student. And I am going to learn from you guys today. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys teach me. Okay, I sit at your feet today. Kimberly says it's what you do daily to your body. Okay, thank you, Kimberly. It's what you put into your body, Kimberly says. What you consume daily, input into your body. So family, your diet is going to be your plan. Okay, you controlling what you put in your body. So your diet is. Someone may say, "What is your diet like?" And what they're asking you is, "What do you put in your body, so to speak?" But thank you so much, Trisha, for the stars. Diet from this perspective is you controlling, you going on a diet, you going on a mission to control what you put into your body, what you take into your atmosphere, what you take into your kingdom. Okay, so it's you taking charge of it, and you saying, this is what I'm going to eat, this is what's good for me, not necessarily just listening to how you were raised and eating what you were taught to eat, right? Just eating whatever you want when you want. That's not a proper diet, right? So a proper diet is you taking the time and strategically controlling what you put into your body, okay, with a certain goal in mind. Thank you so much, Latasha. Restrictions to intake, disciplinary act. Facts. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Radicia. Forgive me. Your conscious intake. I like that, family. So right now, I love that because it was your discipline, okay? And then right after that, so Ranicia says disciplinary act, and then Daquan put your conscious intake. So that's what we're going to talk about more of today in the form of a diet. So we know that you can, regulate your food intake, but we're going to talk about regulating yourself from mental holdups, mental blockages. People who you know are not good for your life. People who do not pour into you, but instead pull out of you. They drain you. They're insulting to you. They're insulting to be around. They're embarrassing as friends, okay? They're embarrassing as family members, okay? TV shows that you know is bringing the worst out of you, that's triggering your emotions. I want you guys to understand something. The same way you digest food is the same way you digest knowledge and information, which is chemicals. Okay, so you ever wonder why you feel like letting that energy out of you, men, whenever you're feeling angry? You feel this intense need to let that energy out because that energy is bottled up inside of you, okay? Stress. We know that stress induces so many diseases, family. So based on what you hear, it could be rumors, it could be truth. But if it lowers your vibration, this is because it creates stress. It's stress-inducing hormones that's created when you're sad, when you hear negative information, when you're in negative environments. This happens, family. Okay, so you can have ulcers and all these things in your stomach just due to having a stressful life, just to what you put yourself around mentally. And if you're doing that like say if you're planning for your future kingdom, and your life is filled with that type of stress, thank you so much, Ryan. You know it's going to affect you biologically, which is going to affect your child, your inner child, the child that you're trying to birth, because there's something great inside of you that you're trying to birth. And you know if you surround yourself with that negative energy, it will take a toll on your physical body, not just your mind. We know this, right? We hear information, we are in certain events. What happens is when we see it, we process it, and what we're feeling, the emotion that comes from it, is linked to chemicals that's induced in our brain. This is what brings about the energy in motion. You feel me, family? And so when that energy in motion sets in, you still have to digest it. Right now, you're just feeling it. Where does it go? When those chemicals induce inside of your brain and inside of your body and stomach lining from being stressed, where do you think it has to go? Your body still has to process it, digest it. And that's what turns into disease. Okay, that's what's taking a negative effect on your life. And sometimes just changing your surroundings can mean your whole well-being change. And if you're truly thinking about your kingdom, you know it's very important that you change your environment to have a healthy well-being so you can stay in creation mode. You understand? So you can create and manifest your future. So I'm going to tell you something, guys. I'm talking to you guys about kings and peasants, right? Or vibrating to yourself the status of a king from being a peasant. And I explained to you guys yesterday, there is no bloodline that separates you from being a king. And if you're a king, there's no bloodline that separates you from being a peasant. You can be a peasant just as soon as you can be a king. There's no difference, family. We all bleed the same blood. We all have the same capabilities to rise within. This is a level playing field, okay? How they say God is no respecter of persons. The universe is 100% fair. If you work out, you get strong. If you plant a seed, you grow a plant. For everyone, this is fair. It's not biased. If all of us go out and plant a seed, okay, if that seed does not grow, it is not due to the person who planted the seed. It's maybe due to the ground or the environment. You understand? The fertilizer. But we all have an opportunity to plant a seed and grow. The universe is fair to all of us. So we can all be a king. We can all be a peasant. But what's the difference? A peasant is somebody who's in survival mode due to ignorance. Due to their lack of knowledge, family, they are in survival mode. So their standards are not going to be as high. So you can take someone who's so low in survival mode that they need to eat to survive, and they'll eat out of a trash can. You understand? A person who is not starving will have etiquette when they eat. But sometimes, man, you can be so hungry, you don't care about etiquette. You'll pull it out of the trash can and eat it. If you're in survival mode, if it means survive, you will eat out of a trash can. You will steal. You'll take something that ain't yours when you're in survival mode. Do you understand? You will not have the same character when you're in survival mode. You'll spend money as soon as you get it. You're not used to saving it. You don't think about tomorrow because you're in survival mode. All you think about is today. So that's what a peasant is. They're in survival mode. They're not thinking about their lineage and heritage. They're not thinking about that. They have no thought for that. They're totally just trying to survive. Root chakra. And what did I say? A king conquers, a king climbs. So as a king or a queen, you're trying to climb yourself out of your root chakra up to your crown and claim your crown. Claim yourself at your highest vibration because you're there. You can get there. But you have to be willing to diet, to separate yourself from the negative things that you know are holding you back. Diet. Choose the things that you are going to have into your life and make it your purpose to go get those things. This is healthy. This is healthy. This is healthy. I'm going to get those things. I'm going to manifest those things. Okay? We're not talking about food right now. If you know you lack knowledge, then go get it. You're going to look like a fool at first. That's okay. You're going to feel like a fool at first. That's okay. It's new knowledge. You are changing your life. You're going into something different. You're not going to be great at it at first. You might suck at first. A lot of times, that's what we fear. We fear sucking. We fear not being good. We fear being the fool, being the dumbest person in the room. But when you begin to learn something, you're going to have to be the fool. You're going to have to be the person who lacks knowledge. And that's okay because acceptance of self, okay, family, is what unlocks the universe. You have to accept yourself. It's okay to be the fool. Somebody say that. It's okay to be the fool when you are starting your journey. It's okay to be weak when you are beginning your workout routine, family. It is okay to not be talented when you first beginning to sharpen a skill. It's okay, yo. You can expect that. Look at nature. Look at Mother Nature. Animals start off early, working on their body, working on their abilities, sharpening their skills, honing their abilities, honing their senses. Why? To survive. Yeah, the more abilities you have, the better you can survive. And if you can manifest your abilities in such a way, you can get out of survival mode, which means you can have an abundance. Thank you guys so much for typing it in. Thank you, Kimberly. It's okay to be a fool when you are starting a journey. It's okay, family. It's okay to have room to grow. Absolutely, guys. It's okay. Babies start off with tails, don't they? They start off with tails, yo. They look nothing like they look in the beginning. They look nothing at all in the end like they look in the beginning. So it's okay. What I'm telling you is we have these dreams on the inside of our minds where we can see ourselves in these certain places, having these certain things, with these certain people around us, commanding a certain amount of respect, and our reality doesn't line up. What I'm trying to tell you is the reason why is because those dreams, you're not supposed to chase those dreams. Those dreams are telling you that this is what's waiting for you. You're supposed to chase your greatest self. You're not supposed to ever chase a single thing, family. You're supposed to chase your DNA and be your greatest self. The rest will come to you. Trust me. That's why I'm telling you guys, it's impossible for you to manifest your greatest self and not have everything that you ever dreamed of. Everything you ever dreamed of is attached to you first becoming your greatest self. There's no way you're going to become your greatest version of a singer and still not be a singer. Still not be selling records because you're doing everything that it takes to get there. You're manifesting your greatest self and the universe will align for that. You will have fans because the universe guarantees you that. On the other side of your work, the universe rewards you. You plant a seed, you grow a harvest, family. Yes, chase your DNA, chase your higher self. You do that by going within, working on your body, working on your mind. The more you work on your body, the stronger your mind becomes, family. Do you understand? Literally, the stronger your mind becomes, family. Thank you so much, Andrea. The more ideas that come to you. There's so much unlocking your DNA, family. If you start putting yourself in the fire to refine yourself, to become a greater individual, a greater person within. This is how you manifest your child. Your child is on the other end of that. And I want to say something, family. Somebody asked me, they said, well, what do you say to the people who can't have a child biologically? What I say to you is consider that one day you will pass on, and if you don't have the ability to have a biological child, consider how you're going to carry on your lineage. Okay, and so that could be in your family members. You can contribute to building your kingdom through your family members because that's still your DNA in them. Okay, you can adopt. You can teach and give the information, the things that you learn to children in your neighborhood. Pour into other people so that when you pass on, a part of your legacy stays here, whether that be your character, you understand, family, whether that be your outlook on life, share that. Because I'm telling you, it's those type of things that makes the world a better place. How many times you see a quote that's still being shared from somebody who died 100 years ago, 500 years ago? How many times you see a quote that somebody said that somebody you don't even know, some ancient philosopher from some other time said something that triggered your life to change? There's so many ways, family, that you can leave an inheritance, because everything that you create is an inheritance, family. It can live here forever. It can be here forever, and it can help a multitude of people. Don't ever doubt yourself. And what I mean by child, family, is your inner kingdom. Yes, this is how you should treat having a biological child. You should first make sure that you are in great shape, okay? That you have a great diet, because you're about to generate a small being off of you, and you want to be your greatest when you do that. You want to unlock as much DNA as in you as possible so you can pass that to your child. You want to unlearn as many things that you know are counterproductive to your life. This is what happens when you go on a diet. The things that you realize are not good for you, you're going to remove. So while we are on this process, family, we talked about yesterday what a true king or queen is. Today we're going to talk about what it looks like, family, to go on this diet, because we need to do this while we're on this journey. Okay, so while we're on this journey, we all should be dieting. That means we all should be controlling what we put in our body. It is a disciplinary act. This means that the things that we recognize that are not good for our body, mind, body, or soul, whether that be food, whether that be TV shows, whether that be people around us, music, we are going to take these next couple of months and we're going to separate ourselves from those things because we know they're not healthy for us. Okay? Do you understand? Those things that we know are healthy for us, we're going to make it a point to go out of our way to get those things, family. Okay? Because we have a child that we're about to birth. And as a man, as a king, you know that if you are in your greatest shape, then what you're going to look for is now a queen that's being her best self, that's fully feminine, understanding what that role entails, what nurturing means. Because you're about to give her an idea. You're about to give her a baby. And it ends with her, family. So, kings, if you know you got your head on right, you shouldn't be laying down with any woman, negotiating with any woman, because she is the last say in that. If she don't eat right, if she don't care about her life, and you do, don't you see how that's going to be a problem? Don't you see how that's going to be a problem? She going to eat whatever. She don't care what you say. So all that hard work to make sure you presented your best self, if she's not going to be her best self, that child is still going to be susceptible to disease and all type of traumas and generational curses when it's born. If that woman doesn't care about knowledge and how she treats her child and being a better person and getting the negative things out of her mind that can bleed over into the child, then your child's still going to go through all that same stuff. So you wouldn't get in bed with somebody that you know is not also working on being their best selves. Kings, you wouldn't even hang around another guy who's not being his best self, because a man who's not being his best self will steal from you. He'll ruin your reputation by the way he carries himself. He'll likely try and sleep with your girl. He'll likely try to convince you to cheat on your girl. Do you understand? He'll distract you from your mission because he ain't focused. And that's your friend. So you got to separate yourself from him. It don't mean he don't love you. It means that's who he is. And when you get around him, you kind of change up a little bit because he inspires you. He motivates you. That's what friends do. So when you recognize that you're not strong enough to lead him your way, but he's certainly leading you his, separate yourself till you get stronger, family. And maybe whenever you connect with this person again, you can motivate them to vibrate higher instead of them pulling you down. Do you understand? Ladies, if you know she ain't worth a dime in her character, you know she gonna try to get with your man. If she see you in a good relationship, she gonna try to tell you lies about your man, rumors about your man, to try to make you uncomfortable and insecure with your man. If she gonna try to tell you how you being treated ain't right whenever you are happy, get this woman out of your life. If she has bad character and the way she carries herself is gonna look bad on you, what they say, birds of a feather, if you know she sleep around and she don't care at all about her body at all, then why are you hanging with her? Separate yourself from her, because she's going to pour you to her a lot of times before you pour her to you. And that's just dead weight because you're trying to change your life. We always talk about, vetting the people that we bring into our life to be a partner. But what about vetting those friends, y'all? You know some of those friends. Y'all done had friends that y'all trusted right there by y'all, right close to y'all. And them people turned out to be some horrible people. They was only giving you their representative. Some of you friends, some of you males, some of us kings, we have friends who we don't hold them accountable to how they treat their woman. We feel like that's not something we should worry about. So if a man is cheating on his woman, lying to his woman, a lot of times we don't care. We don't judge that. That's not our business. We can still hang with him, be cool with him, whatever. But what I'm telling you is, if a person can do that to the person that they are building their kingdom with, you have to wonder, man, can you really trust them? And you might can, don't get me wrong. Some men grow up with this idea where it's bros over hoes, or they can be loyal over here where they're not so loyal over here because it's based on the dynamics of the situation. But if a person can't be loyal to their commitments, family, that tells you something about them. And if they'll lie to that person to protect the relationship when they know they're acting up, they'll lie to you for those same reasons, family. So for me, I'd rather deal with honest people. I know that person, hey, look, normally a man in your life, he cheating on his girl, you said it ain't got nothing to do with you, but that person is utterly putting his whole family at risk of being destroyed, man. You don't tell him, you don't say, hey, man, that's not wise. You building a kingdom here. You have children with this woman. Have you considered the likelihood or what it would be like if she found out about what you're doing and left you and took them kids? And now your kids outside of the home and not under your roof? Now your kids got a stepdaddy? Because once she ain't with you anymore, you can't pick and choose and tell her how to date. You see men all the time, they break up with their baby's mother, and then you can see her, she ain't got a whole lot of value in how she choose her men. He's upset about it. He don't want them men around his children. But man, there ain't nothing you can do. And that's what you got to understand. There's nothing she can do about who you have around your children. So when you decide you're not going to be together, man, you got to put thought into what that's going to look like. That's why you got to decide, is it important for me to personally raise my children? And if it is, you better make sure you get with somebody who got a longevity mindset. Somebody who can be consistent. This is why I say, women, be being your best self and be being your most feminine. Men, me being your best self and me being your most masculine. Well, what do you mean by that, Kevin? Do you mean masculine is telling a woman what to do and her listening because she's feminine? No, I don't mean that. Masculinity is consistent. Femininity is wavy. See, women are emotional, so they go through certain things based on things that happen. They can have a different outlook on life from one minute to the next, but a man is supposed to be consistent in building his kingdom. That's why it's a kingdom. You don't trip upon a kingdom. You don't accidentally manifest the kingdom. It's built brick by brick. It's strategic. It's an everyday consistent thing to building your kingdom. You build your kingdom, then you go get your queen for your kingdom. Do you understand? A man is consistent. Masculinity is consistent, where femininity is wavy. Masculinity is strong, is give, where femininity is more receive and take. Do you understand? Femininity is more fluid. It's more fluid, where masculinity is more firm. So if you as a man are being your most masculine, you are firm, you are a person who is consistent, who dedicates yourself, who has strategy, who goes for their goals and achieves their goals, because they won't stop until they get it. You won't stop until the tree come down. You don't stop swinging until the tree comes down. You that type of person, then you're going to want a woman who's fluid, okay, who knows how to be submissive. And what I mean by that is knowing how to let you lead. Because you dedicated so much time to being disciplined, she allows you to lead because she trusts you. It's that simple. Sure, Aquila, what's your question? She trusts you. She sees where you were at whenever she met you. She can see that you're successful. She can see you got drive, determination, consistency. So she got no problem trusting you as a king to go ahead and keep leading the show. Look, I'll keep on supporting you. Now you about to have a support that you ain't never had. See, you've been doing all this on your own, king. Now you got me, and I've been practicing being feminine. I've been practicing being a good listener. I've been practicing living in the details and helping you manifest the destination. I've been practicing on that, family. I'm perfect for what you, and I've been working on my body. So when I carry a baby, it's going to get nothing but the best, because I'm going to make sure I'm putting the best in me. I'm going to put myself around solid people. I'm not going to tell all my business, all of our business. How does a woman regain her femininity? That's powerful. That is powerful. Simply by being feminine. I tell you guys, if you are ever lost and you're wondering how to regain your best self, simply take the next step. What is being feminine? What is being feminine? When a man is showing you masculinity, you respond to that with being thankful, with compliments, because he is going to do something for you. And what do you do for him? If he opens something for you, your job as a woman is to make him feel strong. You couldn't open it. He opened it for you. So be grateful. Thank you so much for what you just helped me do. You know I wouldn't have been able to do that without you. Practice this. Practice living outside of your ego, not having fear of being hurt. A lot of times what blocks off a woman's masculinity is the fear that it won't be reciprocated, or to go to his head, or she'll be taken advantage of, so she holds back. She wants to tell him she loves him. She wants to be vulnerable, but she's thinking, yeah, this man gonna use me. I know how men think. I don't want him to think I'm moving too fast, and I'm trying to be a bugaboo. And so all this caters into this fake person that she's gonna be. She likes you, but now she's gonna pretend she don't. She knows you're right, but she's gonna argue with you anyway. You understand? Because she doubts. She doubts everything because she's been hurt. That's a hurt woman. So how do you get back to your feminine ways? Heal. Heal. Be willing to be vulnerable again. Know that a man that's not masculine, he'll never respect a feminine woman. That's okay. That means that's not the man for you. You understand? If you living in the details and he got a problem with that, then he don't want you to talk at all. He don't want you to offer advice at all. At all. He doesn't understand what femininity is then. Because femininity is talking. That spirit realm. She talks, he acts. So he will care about your advice. He will care about your concerns. Because you see the details. See, he's looking out at the deer he wants to shoot. But you're living in the details. You can see the lions and the other dangers that can come towards him. You see, and then you can say, hey, make sure Like, hey, look over here. It's the grass is moving. You see what I'm saying? She's listening out to protect him while he hunts. That's what her support is doing. Think about how a dance is, ladies. Whenever he leads and you follow behind his steps. That's what it's like being feminine. You waiting on his lead. You see where his mind is at when you wait on him to see how he think first. Then you get to hear how he lead. This going to let you know if this going to be the man that you want to marry and forge that bond with and have that child with. Get his perspective. Don't think for him. Allow him to tell you why he's choosing this decision. Is there strategy behind it, or did he just choose it, right? Hang on. Quilla says, when a man begins to devalue his by stating, you need to be a woman and apologize for your wrongs, as she is the reasons he make mistakes. Let's see here. When a man begins to devalue his by stating, you need to be a woman and apologize for your wrongs. I'm trying to understand exactly what you mean there, Quilla. I think that when we do present things like that, you need to be a man or you need to be a woman, I think that is misplaced, because men and women alike should have standards. So being a man and being a woman, it's more like, yo, be an adult, yo. Like, have character, man. Like, and be accountable to your mistakes so you can grow. What is your reason for dodging your mistakes? You make them, we all make them. But you dodging it is telling me you don't want to even acknowledge that you made a mistake, which is telling me you don't want to change. So if you can't admit that you made a mistake, yo, how can I expect you to change? It's crazy to me. You have to be accountable. Yeah, I'm gonna be on your head till you be accountable. We're gonna keep talking about it until you recognize the problem. We have to understand. So if I need to be accountable, I can. And if you need to be accountable, you can, or we both can. So we can rectify the situation to make sure that it does not happen again. Because things are gonna happen. That's what we're doing right now in our rising to royalty. We are being accountable to ourselves. We are saying that regardless of what my parents left me, regardless of if I had both family members, regardless if I've had opportunities that other people haven't, or have not had opportunities that other people had, it's time for me to be accountable to the one life that I know I have right now on this planet. And how do I do that? Looking myself in the mirror, addressing my flaws, focusing on them and fixing my flaws. Now setting my eyes on the prize, getting rid of my insecurities by creating small goals and accomplishing those goals and building my confidence, okay? Never giving up on myself, knowing that it may look ugly in the beginning, knowing that it may be difficult in the beginning, because that's how it looks when you begin. That's what being accountable is. Like, yo, I know if it's my first day running, I don't expect to run a mile in under 6 minutes. I know it's gonna be sloppy. I know I'm gonna start off and then get a couple feet up the street and all of a sudden be ready to go back home. I know that's what day one looks like. I'm not expecting to go out here and be Neil Armstrong. You see what I'm saying? I'm not expecting to go out here and be, Usain Bolt my first day. That's crazy. Does this make sense, family? If you just started studying and you just started researching, or you just started thinking, which I say is the greater act, thinking, if you just started thinking, know that you may not be the greatest thinker right now. You may have a lot of holes in your thinking. Someone may come up with ideas or see other problems where you didn't see them. That's okay. See, it's like when you look at a page in a book and it says, can you spot the problems? When you just begin doing that, you may not see all the problems, but the more you practice that, the better your external eyes get. You start to slow down and really start paying attention, and you can start seeing the problems. Well, that's the same way your inner eyes work. Whenever you're dealing with a certain problem in your mind and you're problem solving, when you start to think, it takes a little while to get the rust off and get those wheels to turning. But the more you do work, the smarter you become, the quicker you become. And that's why a lot of times it's like, we look at athletics and we say a person's athletic or not. But we learned that whether you're athletic or not, you can get faster and stronger all the same, regardless of who we are. Now, there's certain levels to it, but everybody has the propensity to get stronger and faster. We all do. Maybe not be a superior athlete, but we all have the skill sets to get stronger, faster. Well, likewise with your brain. We say somebody ain't smart, and you think because you wasn't smart when you was a child, or you wasn't smart last year, that you don't have the propensity to be smart. That's crazy. That's not true. That determination is made based on what knowledge you have at the moment. So somebody telling you you're weak, that's just based on the assessment of how much strength you have today. That's not saying that you're going to be weak the rest of your life. If you start working out, you won't be the same strength next year at this time. You're not going to weigh the same thing. You're not going to look the same. So if you begin to put time into thought, wisdom, thinking, study, okay, you may not be a genius. You may not be a genius, but you can definitely learn. There is no cap. We say no cap like it's a lie, but what I'm saying is there is no limit. When it comes to knowledge, family, your limiter is broken. You don't have a limiter, or you do. I guess that's up to you. But I have never studied so much my head got heavy. I've never gained a single extra pound when I studied. I've never studied so much that I couldn't learn no more. Like my brain just shut down and was like, man, you got to delete something. Like this is not an iPhone. I just don't have to go through updates. As far as I've been learning, there hasn't seemed to be a moment where I've even got a glimpse of being full. I love to learn. And it seems that my mind is limitless. Okay? Do you understand, family? Do you understand? You're not dumb. You just haven't been putting time into your mind. See, I'm not religious, but a lot of you guys know in religion how it says be in consistent prayer. Well, I'm in consistent thought. I'm always in consistent thought. I'm always in my head. I'm always thinking. I'm always reworking something. Okay? And I've been this way. I've always been this way. My wives will tell you, like, this man is always pouring himself into something, learning. He's always into thought. He's always, I am. It's who I am, family. Again, you can't fake this. And that's why I am who I am. That's why my mind is so vast. Because I've taken the time to put time and energy into thought. And if you do that too, you can be better. I don't stand here alone from anybody. That's why I say a king is no different than a peasant. He's just no longer ignorant. And he doesn't create the same cycles. He now lives his life with strategy. He understands what he wants out of his life for his lineage. And he's consistent in manifesting that. And this makes him no longer be a peasant. Do you understand? Peasants live by the day. They fly by the seat of their pants because they're in survival mode. Are you a peasant? It's okay if you are. I'm not saying this word as an insult. Are you a peasant? Is your life, are you creating cycles in your life that you know you don't enjoy them? You know you don't want it for your children. You know you don't want it for your future, but you're there likely due to ignorance. Are you a peasant? You're not trying to make your life bad. You're not a bad person, but due to your lack of understanding, money, investing, saving, working, what it takes to manifest business, you are in a certain situation in your life that causes you to be stumbled when it comes to making your life better. Thank you so much, Steph Austin. Are you a peasant? Can you think for yourself? Are you constantly being directed by other people? Do you have a clue what you even want out of life? Are you a peasant, family? Do you know where you're going? Are you walking around in circles looking for God knows what? Are you a peasant? Do you know what you want out of life? It's okay, admit it. It's like I told you guys, admission of self unlocks the universe for you. Accept, be accountable to it. I'm a peasant. I've been a peasant. You become a king the moment you say, I'm tired of being a peasant. I'm tired of not having my inheritance. My ancestors were kings and queens. I shouldn't be living like this. So I gotta confront me, and I gotta accept my inheritance by unlocking my DNA. Thank you so much, Tina. I gotta get up off of my behind and get up off of these streets and look to my castle that stands off in the distance and become the king that sits on that throne. or I'll never have it. This is what I'm saying. You have to accept who you are by working your ass off. That means working out, putting time into thought, putting time and thought into your mission, into your endeavors. And every single day, doing something to make your life better, to make you better, sharpening yourself every day. This causes you to go inside, which unlocks your genes. Now you get your inheritance. What's up, bro? I see you. You should come into the room. Comment so I can bring you into the room. If you're not willing to do that, you'll never have your inheritance, family. Your inheritance is not some material thing outside of you that somebody died and left you. Okay? It's a spiritual thing. It's a biological thing that's inside of you that somebody died and left you. They passed it on to you. Okay? They passed it to you. That's what your inheritance is. It ain't nowhere outside of you. When you claim your truest inheritance, all that shit you dreaming about, the wealth, the traveling, you'll have it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're chasing the wealth and the traveling, wondering, dang, how come I can't make it happen? You're not going to make it happen because you're looking in the wrong direction. You're looking out here. You should be looking in here. When you manifest your greatest self, all that stuff will chase you down. It'll chase you down. If we truly understood that, a king does not build his kingdom with some idea of wealth. He manifests who he is within himself, becomes his greatest self. And whatever that looks like is what it is. That's often going to be wealth, wisdom, you understand? Lineage, heritage, land, prosperity. Because when you take all your energy and you focus it on yourself and not others, you will manifest the greatest you've ever saw. The only reason we are not who we are is because time that we spend away from us. I know you're like, how can I spend time away from me? What you mean? I'm always with me. Yeah, in body, but not in mind. Not in mind. You with you, but not in mind. You're somewhere else. And if you really truly focused on you and be there, mind, body, and soul, you would be able to manifest the greatest version of you. No problems. No problems, because every day would be about you. You would never feel behind, because who are you in competition with? You just blossoming. The flower don't think about the bee, it just blossoms. The bee comes after, family. Jamie read that quote to me the other day. Ain't that powerful? Gotta think. I don't have to think about those things. I don't have to want to be rich. Yo, when I manifest my greatest self, that's just gonna be part of it. Yo, when I write my book, that's just gonna be part of it. Yo, when I write my music, when I make my song, I'll be rich. I don't want to be rich. Thou shalt not want. I don't want to be rich. I am manifesting my greatest self. I don't give a darn about wants. What will be mine is mine, but it's on the other side. Why do I gotta want it? See, if I work out, it don't matter if you want to be strong. The strength's gonna come. You understand, family? You can work out because you want to be strong, and that can be the motivation or the motive. But your want to be strong is not what's making you strong. It's your action. And that's why I keep telling y'all, the universe don't care about your wants. It don't care about your words. All it cares about is action, family. You don't get the muscle until you do the workouts. I'm sorry. You don't get the harvest until you plant the seeds. I am sorry, y'all, to be the bearer of what would seem to you lazy people like bad news. Thank you so much, Angola. Thank you so much. I'm sorry to be the deliverer or the messenger of what you lazy peasants see as bad news. But the universe ain't about to give you, the most it's going to give you, family, is sunlight. I'm sorry. That's the most it's about to give you, family. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, yo. Even the tree got to stretch its roots. Even the tree got to rise. Even the tree got to break out of the seed and break out of the dirt. Even the tree got to spread its limbs out and reach up towards the sun. We are no different. I'm telling you, study nature. Study Mother Nature. Study Metuneta. Study it. The roots first go down into the dirt. You first must go inside of you. It is from there that you blossom into your truest king or queen. It's from there that you rise, but you got to go inside of you. And just like everything else, from a blade of grass to a mountain, you gotta rise. You gotta come out. And that's the truest you is manifested as you go inside of you. But you gotta deal with the negative things. And you have to be willing to get up and go after the positive things. Don't want them, go get them. The lion don't get full by wanting to eat. It don't matter how bad he wanted. The gazelle ain't gonna slow down because he really, really wanted this time. He probably gonna run faster. You always gotta earn it. The faster you run, the faster they run. It's crazy. The only reason that lion is able to catch its food is because it dedicates every single day to getting sharper, family. Faster and stronger. It didn't start off with gazelles. It wasn't always pretty. It started off with a butterfly, with a cricket, grasshopper, an ant. But they was practicing, pouncing down behind the grass and jumping out at a beetle, roaring at a beetle. Fast forward, after all those days and moments of adding to that fire, adding to your being, now you're chasing rabbits, and now you're chasing larger animals, and now all of a sudden you're a full-fledged lion. And what you look like is the manifestation of all the hard work you put in. That's what everybody appears to be, the manifestation of all the work they put in. So if you look in the mirror and you don't like your life, then you have to be honest. I am a manifestation of all that I have put in, or all that has happened to me, good or bad. Now you could have been amazing and just recently went through something where right now your life is challenged, but it's all true the same. And if you are truly a manifestation of all that you have been through, then you will come out of that situation just like you came out of the other ones. Be encouraged, because you know you've been out of this place before. You might be back in it now. Some things might have happened. You might be down again now. Some things may have happened. But you know you have the propensity to get yourself out of it. You understand? Be encouraged and focus and strategize to get yourself to your best self. How does a man treat his child? He starts early in life by making himself strong, challenging his own DNA to transform. He is a transformer. He's constantly being a better person, transcending his old self, getting faster, getting stronger, manifesting more. That sperm from that man goes into that woman, that queen who's ready to receive that, who's ready to nourish that and nurture that with how she eats. See, the vision is given to you by the man. And a true queen is going to respect that. I'm carrying this man's seed and his dream. Everything that he wants out of life is in this sperm, is in this, what he put into me. He trusts me to carry it. I'm going to eat right. I'm going to make sure I put the right people around me, the right things around me, and carry this baby full term. And then once I do that, I'm going to make sure that I be the greatest mother, period, to my child. How does a woman be feminine? How does she treat her child? She pays attention. She listens to see if anything's wrong. She makes sure that it has what it needs. She doesn't tell the baby, I'm not catering to your ego. No, she says you can be anything you put your mind to. You know why? Because she's speaking to her DNA and his DNA. She's speaking to her mother, her father, her grandparents. She's speaking to his mother, his father, his grandparents, his aunts, his uncles, everybody before him, family. All the way to the first human being ever to walk, all the way to the creator. That's who you're talking to when you say you can be anything that you put, because the DNA from the very first being, the very first creator, it still exists in that child. Why? Because it exists in you. You know that and you respect that. Every single person that ever came before you's DNA is in your child. Do you know what they're capable of? Everything that anybody who ever came before you was capable of. Yo, somebody name somebody powerful. Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman. Somebody name somebody powerful. Name someone from the past, family, who was powerful, Who's someone that you look up to who inspires you today from back in the day? Mansa Musa. Name somebody, family. Name somebody for me. Name somebody, family. My Nana, that's beautiful. That is so beautiful. I love that. Osiris. Who else, family? Your father, powerful. Toussaint Louverture. Never heard of them, but I'll definitely look into them. Noble Drew Ali. Frederick Douglass. Nat Turner. Muhammad Ali. Absolutely powerful person. Maya Angelou. Family. You think those people got something you ain't got? Michael Jordan. You think those people got something that you don't have? Malcolm X. You think that? Some of y'all say, I want to see another Maya Angelou. I want to see another Muhammad Ali. I want to see another, Malcolm X. Where the Marcus Garveys? Where the, such and such, Raise them. Vibrate them out of you. They're in there. They ain't no different than you. Do you understand that? Marcus Garvey, there you go. Nikki Giovanni. Someone says me, powerful. Maya Angelou again. My mother is a walking miracle, powerful. Medgar Evers, powerful. Family, these kings and queens who y'all are mentioning, you got their loins in you. You carrying them. They're in you. That's your ancestors, family. They would love to represent again. That DNA, the way it lined up in those moments in life, would love to line up again. Would love to represent again. You can make all of them proud, family. You got every bit of that in you still. You believe you were sitting around waiting for the next one to rise up? You're the next one, family. You're Heru. You're Osiris. You're Jesus. You're David. Trust me. You are Malcolm X. Trust me, family. You don't think those same people had doubts? They had bad days, lazy moments, lazy years, lazy decades? You don't think they self-doubted? You don't think that they wanted to do better in life? You don't think they felt like they fell short? You don't think they wished they were further? They had all those same thoughts, family. Our view of them is that they were so amazing and powerful, they didn't have no flaws. No, man. They are a manifestation of everything they've been through, just as you are. Good, bad, ugly. It takes every bit of that to create the beautiful version of you. Every bit of that. You need the fire too to make the sword. You need the banging with the hammer too to make the sword. It ain't all sunshine and rainbows, family. It ain't just polishing and all just, looking all nice and pretty. No. Sometimes to be your greatest self, you got to go through your worst moments, family. So please don't think that any of those people got something that you don't have. They just had vision. They had vision, consistency, and was willing to sacrifice whatever it took to manifest it. If you become that person today, you're the next one. But you got to treat your inner kingdom like your child. It don't happen overnight. It's a lifetime of pouring into, family. You're not waiting for no reward or award. You're not waiting for recognition. This is your child you're raising. You don't care about recognition. You care about your legacy. You care about your lineage. You care about your child being great. That's your recognition. You don't care. So when you're cultivating your kingdom, don't look for recognition. Why my friends don't celebrate me? I'm starting my own business. Why they don't share me? Man, you don't care. Don't allow yourself to care. Only look within and make you better than you were yesterday. That's all. If you feel like you didn't market yourself well yesterday, market yourself better today. Take a class on marketing. Reach out to someone who knows more than you on marketing. Be willing to be the fool. Learn from somebody. Be better. If you want to be a great fighter, you got to go to a fight to someone who's more knowledgeable than you and learn from them. So that means you ain't always going to be the best fighter in the room, and you did that by choice. See, some of y'all can't handle that because y'all just get jealous of people who doing better than y'all. Y'all don't get inspired by people. So for y'all, somebody being better than y'all or sharper than y'all, that's just going to ruin y'all day because you don't know how to handle it. You don't know how to look at a greater version of yourself and be inspired and motivated. Instead, you be a peasant. You're just going to throw your tomatoes at them. Somebody who's taking more time to be a better version of themselves than you have, you're just going to throw your rotten tomatoes at them and judge them and tell them how untalented they are and how they shouldn't quit their day job. Because that's what you think about yourself. Don't be a peasant, family. Don't be a peasant, family. Don't just live your life in survival mode. Look further than that. Look further than today. Think about your children. Think about your future selves. Think about your kingdom. Every one of us has one inside of us, family. We have a kingdom to manifest. We have a generation. We have a whole lineage of ancestors to pull from. Don't you say you're on your own. You're not alone. They behind you 100%. They are you. You carry them with you. You are them. Somebody tell you we don't live again. We do live again. They all can live through you right now. Unlock them. Resurrect them. Go to your altar. Go to your altar and change your state of mind. Summon your ancestors. Go to your altar and summon your ancestors. Pray to them. Go to your altar. Every single one of you who lived before me, I accept your inheritance. I accept what you passed down to me, whatever it may be. I want to use the gifts that y'all passed on to me to cultivate and manage our kingdom, to make it larger than ever before. I want y'all to be proud of me. This is my prayer. Talking to my DNA, talking to my ancestors' family. They still live. I can still feel them inside of me. I'm still motivated by them. When I'm sitting around doing nothing, sometimes I got the desire to just get up and just do something great. I know that's them calling me. I know that's them saying, it ain't over. I know that's them. I will begin to allow you to advise me, ancestors. I'm going to stop seeking answers from everyone else outside of me. I'm going to start asking you what you think about it. I'm not going to live my life based on how everybody else see life. How do I know I'm right if I'm doing that? I'm going to challenge how we see life and see if I can raise our vibration and awareness to maybe be enlightened or privy to some things that we ain't been seeing. I will not be the same today as I was yesterday. I absolutely refuse. I will be better tomorrow than I am today. And that's exciting to me. Because I have taken the time to journey to resurrecting my higher self, to becoming my higher self, to rising to royalty, to manifesting my inner kingdom, to being a king or queen, whatever I think that is. I don't need anybody else's approval. The universe will give me what's owed to me. When I was young and I was in church, we used to sing this song, what God has for me is for me. And a lot of you guys believe that way still. And if you do, I always say, how can you ever get jealous of anybody else if you believe that what's happening to you and them is from God? You're not in control. How can you be mad at somebody else for being blessed? You got to worry about your life. And then you will have your blessings. Stop looking around and getting mad because everybody else is getting their harvest. You got to plant your seeds. Well, I planted my seeds. Well, water your dirt. Well, I watered my dirt. Well, pull out your weeds because something's choking it up, yo. You too worried about everybody else. What's the likelihood of you just having bad ground? What's the likelihood of that? Yo, it's got to be you. Change your mind, you change the world. Thank you, Rick. People say Bill Gates so rich, Steve Jobs so rich. Yo, they're intelligent. They're supposed to be. They used their intelligence and focused it solely on money, and they manifested money in business and technology. They shouldn't be rich. Money ain't real. The money is just a representation of their mind and efforts that they put in, family. Does this make sense to you? So everything you have is what you're supposed to have too, based on your same efforts. So what are you willing to create? Who are you going to be next year? Tell yourself consistent. Don't name a whole bunch of external stuff. Say, I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to be, like, starting from today going forward, I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to be consistent about my strategy and my mission. I'm going to dedicate every day to being a better person. Thank you so much, LaToya. I'm going to look within and make my soul mission waking up my DNA. That means working on my body. That means controlling who I allow around me, controlling what I watch on TV. I'm going to make the decision today to go on a diet, to separate myself from all things negative and put myself around all things positive, things that challenge me. If it make me feel insecure, so be it. I know it's challenging me to be better. I will never forsake that opportunity. The moment I feel jealousy, I'm going to go within and start making myself better. I'm never going to project again. From this day going forward, I am working on me. I am studying me. I'm manifesting my greatest self. Forget everything else. What you want to be when you grow up, the greatest version of myself? I'm going to stop looking outside of me for things to be, family. That's right, Carmel. What you want to be? I want to be the greatest version of myself. That could be greater than any person I've ever laid my eyes on. So if I stop short of my greatest self and accept somebody for who they are, and I instead want to be them, then I sacrifice the greatest thing that could have ever happened to me, which is me. Is that wise? That's why I say when people get jealous of me and they want my life, they want to be me. I say, you don't want to be me, your mama got to die first. You don't want to be me because then you got to grow up without your mama. You got to grow up without ever hearing her tell you that you can be anything or that you handsome. You got to forget all about her and not even remember her face. You got to grow up without your father. You got to grow up broken. You don't want to be me. Trust me. The sacrifices to be me are a debt that you would never ever pay. Your sister got to die. You want that? You want that to happen? You never know what happened to a person that caused them to be them. You never know what contributed to a person being them. So don't ever try to say you want what somebody else got. That's crazy. You can't want what I have because that means you have to give up every person that you know and love. You don't want to be me. You lose your whole family being me. You know what it's like to truly be ostracized and excommunicated. You know what it's like to be me? You know what it's like to have the whole world tell you you're going to die right when you're in your scariest situation ever in life? You know what that's like for people to root for you to die because you don't share their belief system? You don't want to be me? It's lonely. You better learn to respect what made people who they are. You don't want that. You need to just admire that. Just admire that, family. Just appreciate that. You're not going to appreciate everything I went through, but you appreciate who I manifested out of everything I went through. But you don't want it. You don't want this, yo. And I don't want what you got. I don't want what you got. I don't want to go through your pain and your suffering and your losses to get what you got. Regardless of what you have. I don't want to be you. That's crazy. Stop wanting to be other people, man. You wouldn't know what to do with it. Trust me. You'd be crying every day if you was other people. Some people got everything you'd ever dream of, that you could ever dream of, and they still ain't happy. You know why? Because they them. And they got a whole bunch of other shit going on. And that's why they can't even be happy, even with having the whole world seem like. You don't want to be them. You don't want to be them. Success is happiness. It's not riches. Change your mindset, family. People kill themselves every day with money in the bank, family. More money than you. More money than you on a day that you happy on. They kill themselves. Do you understand? Don't be afraid to be great. Don't be afraid to challenge yourself. Don't be afraid to see how strong you can get, to see how fast you can get, to see how far you can go. Don't be afraid to challenge yourself. You never know what ancestors are in you. This is why you got to do it first. You got to do it. You don't even get to get a glimpse, family. We were stripped from our families. Some of us can't even look far enough back to see who our great-grandparents are. I certainly don't know mine. I don't even know all my grandparents, y'all. When I was born, all my grandparents were already dead except for one. And she died when I was about 15 or 16. So for me to meet my grandparents, I got to go inside. I don't get to go talk to my grandparents. I got to go inside of me. And they're right there waiting with a inheritance that will blow your mind if you just but confront and consult your body. In your biological body, it's so many gifts that's for you. Every person who ever existed before you has poured into this body right here. Get to know your ancestors. Unlock your DNA, family. Challenge yourself to be great. Challenge your mind to be great, to be smart, to be quick as a whip. But if you don't put time in, you're not going to be able to manifest that, family. You got to be accountable. It takes time. Okay? Break those generational curses, family. Unlock your greatest self. I can't say it enough. All that DNA is right there waiting. Now, just imagine you got an ancestor that's out here in the world who died and they got $1 million. $1 million. Wouldn't you want that? You their closest living relative, right? You get a phone call one day. You know, hey, this is such and such from the such and such department or such and such. You know, and I just wanted to tell you that you have a relative who just passed away, who you are their closest known relative, and they have, you know, a portfolio here. They have some things that we're gonna be giving you. It all totals around $1 million. Are you gonna come and accept your inheritance? Can you come up here and reveal who you are and accept your inheritance by claiming who you are? Can you do that? You're gonna be on the phone like, yeah, what do I gotta do to do that? I'm him. I'm Kevin Wesley. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, I want it. What do I sign? What do I got to do to get it? Right? You're going to want to know. Well, family, I'm telling you right now, your ancestors have left that. You said you would want to claim your $1 million. A puny ass $1 million paper? What you have on the inside of you, family? $1 million wouldn't scratch the surface of. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Every person who has ever lived before you is in your body. And you think this man-made ass money is valuable. And that's why you selling your birthright. That's why you're giving up your birthright, because you're chasing money. If you chase your genetics, the money will chase your ass down. There ain't no paper that can afford you, family. When you unlock your greatest self, that is for your inner kingdom and your children to manifest your greatest inheritance, your greatest legacy going forward. It ain't about money. Money can't even purchase. You can't even begin to. It's paper. If you would claim your inheritance of some damn paper, but you're not willing to claim your inheritance oh my gosh, you're so disrespectful. Because it's right there for you. It's right there for us. And if you die, family, with all that unlocked, it just disintegrates. It just disintegrates. So you got to live like it ain't no tomorrow. You got to live like time is running out. You got to. Dream like you living forever, family. See the vision, but you got to live like you dying today. Okay? If a man died with all the knowledge in the world and he don't give it to nobody, who did he help? It ain't for you. It can't be. You just gonna die and disintegrate. It can't be about you and your ego. You're just gonna be forgotten regardless. We read about pharaohs and kings after they go in and damn defecate the body. Not defecate, that's a horrible word. After they dig up the body. Right? We hear about these kings and pharaohs and we hear about them. But a lot of people, man, that know about that stuff, you got to be a historian. But I got to tell you, family, I was talking to a guy the other day, one of my clients who had reached out to me for a conference call, for a consultation, forgive me. We were talking about, that ego type of thing where, you can imagine the greatest kings and pharaohs in history thought their name would be remembered forever. They had monuments that's built as large as skyscrapers to their likeness. They thought they would never be forgotten, ever. Yo, life is but a dream. Sooner or later, if I promise you. So it can't be about ego. It can't be about being the greatest. I'm going to be the best man in the world. I'm going to be the biggest king in the world. I'm going to be remembered. No, you're not. You're going to be forgotten eventually. So what you hope that gets remembered, remember means to put back together again. What you're hoping gets remembered is your character, your outlook on life, your wisdom. That's greater than money. You share that with as many people as you can, because that will never die. See, we read these quotes and things, and they still helping us get by to this day. We're still able to rise to a high level of vibration because we're reading thoughts from dead people. But we don't even remember them. We don't know what their life was like. But we value what they say. We value their contribution, right? And that's why I say you got to understand that this life can be trippy, it can be confusing, it can make you think that it's about you. Your ego, Latoya Denise, is who you think you are. Okay, your ego is who you've agreed to, who you are. It's who you identify with. So your ego is who you think you are, who you identify with. And many of us will do anything for those egos. So family, for tomorrow, I want us to think on what it means to be a peasant. So this is our manifestation. This is our meditation for today. Yesterday we talked about what is a true king. Today we talked about a true king treats his kingdom like his own child, and what does that mean? I want you to learn tomorrow, or teach yourself today in your meditations, because tomorrow I want you guys to come with answers. Okay? What is a peasant? What character traits would you say is that of a peasant? Remember, a peasant is a person who is ignorant and in survival due to their ignorance. And an African proverb is that it says that ignorance is evil. Ignorance is nothing but counterproductive. Thank you so much, Kimberly Michelle. I'm honored. So what is a peasant? What characteristics would define a peasant family? What does a peasant do that keeps them from being a king? If every peasant can be a king, then what is a peasant? That's our meditation today, family. What is a peasant? How does a peasant raise his children, her children? How does a peasant live their life? How does a peasant spend their money? How does a peasant conduct themselves and carry themselves as far as character go? What type of friends do peasants put around them? Okay, family? See you guys tomorrow. Rise. Be evolution. Be the change that you want to see. No candle loses its flame from lighting another. And if you were to ever find yourself in the middle of chaos, it is in that chaos that you would find yourself. And you will never cross the ocean until you have the courage to leave the shore, family. All right? Peace.